We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello, and welcome to Power Zone Payroll here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'll be your GM for the day, Jason, and with me as usual will be Marigold as the Boogeyman,
How y'all doing?
Curtis as the Influencer,
Hola.
Mike as Whippet, and Taylor as Skater Boy.
Howdy.
Now, who remembers where we left off last time?
I do believe we were rushing to intervene in a fight between the Detroit Defenders and the release FAFO.
The Foundation Against Future Oppression.
Yes.
I'm sure Catalyst is utterly...
Specifically, Wrath and Siphon.
Yes, those are the ones you
I
saw.
could remember the Detroit Defenders. I couldn't remember who they were fighting.
But yes, former members of the former Mutant Defense Militia.
Now there's something bigger and badder.
Well, I don't know about bigger. I mean, I guess technically they gained one member. I mean, that really just gives them equal numbers to y'all, so it should be a fair confrontation.
Hmm.
So yes, y'all were scrambling into the flyer. Headed for the business district. As you arrive, you can see there are a lot more combatants than you were aware of. You see Wraith and Siphon. You don't see Grim Noir, but you see shadows doing weird things. So, safe bet. But you also see several uncostumed mutants. Well, you assume mutants. Some of them have clear physical mutations, and some of them are using powers. There's an additional 3 of these new members, I guess we'll say. Combatants.
We'll see. That makes it not a fair fight.
Well, yeah, but y'all got the Defenders probably on y'all's side, so.
Whether they're on our side is still kind of up in the air.
What do you
despite how the
mean?
last encounter
They're
shut
clearly
down.
heroes. Just because they don't trust people with corporate entanglements, that doesn't make them bad people.
Make some damn dirty hippies.
Or worse yet, commies. Alright, so as y'all are flying in, Daryl Dobbs, y'all's pilot, wants to know where y'all want to set down. Do you want him to land? You want him to just buzz the area and y'all jump out? How are we doing this?
I say buzz and jump and you get clear.
He likes the last part of that plan for sure. Alright, so he comes in low. You've got the little like rappelling ropes that you can go off the side with. For those of you that need such things.
I will need it.
Before we jump into the mix, I'll throw down the spray on knee pads.
Okay. As you go to throw it down, you see Daniel lean back in the seat and reach as far back as possible to make sure his arm is at least in the area. And then he just smiles at you. Better safe than sorry. All right, so y'all drop down into a city street. You can see the front of a one of the large buildings. You can see the front doors are smashed in. Most of the defenders are outside. You don't see where the thought is.
Gonna go to the defenders. So what's the situation?
All right. So some of them are spread out. They're spread out and fighting. Which one do you look forward to try to approach?
The thought's not there. Is the captain there?
The commander, yes.
Gonna go to the commander. What's the situation?
The Foundation was attacking this building. We scrambled out. We thought it was just the four of them, but then as we arrived, these other combatants, she gestures to the other people displaying powers that are fighting some of her folk. They'd apparently been held back and attacked us from surprise. Catalyst has gone into the building. I believe the Thought has gone in after him.
I don't like that.
That's like not great.
Yeah, no, he's. Can you get in contact? Are you in contact with the Thought right now?
I should be able to get hold of him over the comms.
Do it now, immediately.
You see her kind of pause. All right, he says he thinks it's on the 10th floor. Catalyst is somewhere above him. He's not sure what their purpose is. He says Catalyst is very strong-willed. He hasn't gotten very deep into his mind. He's not planning to engage him directly, unless lives are clearly at stake. We've seen what this man has been doing.
Yeah, but like, it feels like he's positioning for a one-on-one against your mentalist because that's your best bet against him. So if he can get him beat without support, it'll like be easier to handle the rest of you.
We hadn't thought of that.
Like, I don't pretend to like know all your powers, but I assume like the Thought is like your best shield and sword against this guy.
He was kind of who we were looking at as our ace in the hole. Except that, of course, we don't know what all of his abilities are either.
One second.
And you hear her get on the radio. She's speaking very quietly inside her helmet when she's using the radio. You can just kind of make out that she's talking. Okay, I've warned him that that this could be a trap. I mean, he was being cautious anyway, but we should probably send in some backup. And you hear her mumble something into her helmet, and the next thing you know, you see the rush streak by into the building. That should at least give him a quick extraction. if it turns out there's a trap in there.
There's
And
also the potential that like he's marking floors of the building, and then then his power goes off and crushes them one at a time.
Is that what he did? That's what he did in Chicago, wasn't it?
In essence,
He transmutationally disrupted the entire building. But we don't know if he did the prep work of walking through it in a regular suit first and marking it.
Well, he's in full costume today. And then she yells, "Look out!" and y'all realize somebody has thrown a truck at you. So everybody's standing around talking to the commander and the commander. Need to give me coordination rolls.
that'll work.
Will super speed or athletics assist in this?
Athletics, I believe, do help you against ranged attacks. This is a ranged attack.
Okay. So that would be a 12 for me then.
It'd be a 10 for me.
And the number to beat is a 10.
I did not.
Oh no.
Oh, no, indeed.
I got squashed.
Oh, wait, I got to roll for the commander.
See, Jason,
Big word?
I missed the
A big truck is coming at us.
Oh, right, you had blipped out. Sorry. So yeah, y'all were talking to the commander. I don't know where you blipped out, so I'll just quickly recap. The Thought was already inside the building following Catalyst. Influencer and Boogeyman thought that might be a trap to take out the Mentalist. Commander sent Rush in as backup and, quick extraction. And then while y'all were continuing to talk to her, somebody threw a truck at you. So everybody's giving me coordination to get out of the way of the truck. Commander. Alright, so everybody gets out of the truck without any trouble except for the Influencer. And then let me look up. Alright, the commander is going to try to block. Which is a defensive action using her strength. Alright. So she got a 13 versus a 10. So that's a major success. So Influencer, you get knocked to the ground, but you don't get squished.
Okay.
Because she just basically zipped down there and caught the thing. So she's now sitting there holding the cab of this, big rig.
Good.
Across the road from you, you see the fella that threw it. Big, kind of swole up, oversized guy. Built about like Bane, if you're familiar with Bane. Normal. His skin looks normal, except that he's got these like osteoderms all over it. They're not closely packed together, but it's like almost like little armored scales, just kind of here and there all over his body. And he seems to be completely hairless, no eyebrows, no. So minor physical mutation to go along with clearly a fair amount of strength.
Gotcha.
And he looks a little startled and disappointed that the commander just caught his truck without too much trouble. And then she kind of shakes her head. We should have known better than to be talking so much in the middle of a battlefield.
Yep, that's on us.
All right, so y'all give me initiative rolls, please. I believe I've got everybody else. Oh, except the random. I didn't roll for the random mutants. All right, influencers on a 4.
Influencer goes last.
Whippet goes on a 10. All right, do I keep? Where is Whippet? Oh, there we go. I just kept scrolling past her. Apparently. Boogeyman on a 9. Skater Boy also on a 9. And then I'm just going to roll 1 initiative for all the random mutants. All right, why is Earthmother still here? I don't even have her token on the board, do I? Oh, wait, I had her over in the corner. There we go. You can tell I'm immensely organized today.
It's
All right.
okay.
Go ahead.
I see you working real hard on the next season, so I understand.
Fair, fair. And for some reason, I've still got the headsman on here.
I mean,
Oh,
he's in the fight technically.
That's true. That's true. The scythe is still deep in the pockets of your jorts. All right, so top of the order is Catalyst, but he is not. Well, he's doing something, but you don't know what or where.
It's probably not good.
Maybe it is. Maybe he's right. All right, Whippet out on the street though. Whippet on a 10 starts us off.
So, we still haven't seen. We still have the 3 uncostumed mutants, so we still don't know what their powers are, right?
You know one of them's super strong because he threw a truck at you.
Right.
He's the one with all the little lumpy
I am
osteoderms.
going to. That's right, the scales.
We're gonna call him Lumpy.
I think what I'm going to.
Uh-oh. Did everybody freeze up or did I freeze up?
Um,
I'm not frozen.
good. I think it might just be a mic issue.
Okay. I was worried for a second because Curtis was also being very, very still.
I'm just ready to pounce.
Well, he hasn't disengaged from. Nope, there he,
Scott,
there he goes.
need a bigger box. Think about investing in a bigger cardboard box.
Now is she talking
Almost
to
crammed
the?
herself into a little Amazon box we got the other day. Adorable.
Are we talking about the daughter or a cat?
The daughter.
Okay. I wasn't sure. That's sure. Okay. The daughter's age, either it could go either way. I couldn't remember if y'all had a cat or not. Are you back with us, Mike?
Maybe, maybe not.
Well, Whippet's name dropped
Sorry,
out of the.
everyone.
Ah, there we go. No problem. Ain't nothing we can do about the technical issues.
I could. Well, anyway, that's tomorrow's problem. I think I just wanted to set up a distracted quality on the lump.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just make a. Should I just make a whip attack roll for that?
Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see. What would he resist with? I guess we'll still go with coordination. As far as he's concerned, you're probably attacking him. So he would respond
Yeah,
as normal for that.
sure.
Alright, so you got a 12, he got a 5, so you beat him by 6. And that is a massive success, so that's 3 free tappings of Distracted. As you're just kind of snapping that whip all around him. Boogeyman, you're up.
I am going to spend a turn putting together some of that restraint foam
Okay.
at rank 6. Of course.
Alright, difficulty to beat is an 11 then.
And that's a 15.
If that's a massive success, not the degree of success matters much with that, but so yeah.
The number of freebie tags is the biggest thing.
Do what now?
Oh no, I was just nothing.
Okay, so that was Boogeyman. Skater Boy, what are you doing?
I'll I don't see Grim Noir anywhere, right?
No, you see shadows doing weird things over on one side. Fighting somebody that's got like electricity arcing out of their hands.
I'm a head straight for those shadows.
Okay. Well, the distance isn't especially with your speed, isn't really an issue. So you get over there. Is there anything you're wanting to do specifically?
I'm trying to be able to see him well enough to hit a telepathy.
Okay. So yeah, you get over there, and like I said, there's somebody with electricity arcing off their hands. The shadows are doing weird things over there, and that is where the shoot. The material mimic on the defenders. I have just completely blanked on her name.
The stone.
The stone. That's right, because she usually does stone. Yeah, she's over there, so they're like engaged with her. Give me a perception check, see if you can spot where Grim is.
That's a 6. I gave it my best.
Alright, how stealthy is he? Alright, so he got a 9 on his stealth. And you got a 6.
Yep.
Alright, so you can't actually see him. And I believe for your telepathy, you have to see your targets.
No, I was just trying to make sure he was there before I tried to find him.
Oh,
Pardon me.
okay, well, in that case, you're close enough that assuming he is actually there in the vicinity, you're close enough to him.
Yeah, I'll reach out with telepathy and take the hit to try to communicate with him. Bless you.
Okay, well, he's close enough you can reach in. And this is just communication, not, doing
I'm not
anything.
trying to read
So.
his mind, just trying to have a conversation.
So there's no real saving throw roll, unless he just, wanted to slam the receiver on you, so to speak.
Yeah. And the message just be like, hey, this is like Skater Boy. Is this like a mind control, or you're like under duress, or are you just like really bought into the thing he's saying?
No, I'm not under duress. I'm not going to lie and say I'm not concerned about this escalation, but what we were doing before this wasn't working. So I'm giving this a try. Is your team with us or against us? I know Wraith had some hope of recruiting you. Are you a mutant?
Like, probably wasn't born one, but like I have had like a lot of weird stuff done to me. So like I don't really know where I'd classify.
Pretty sure you'd classify like an experiment then, even if it was accidental. But also means this may not be too much of your fight.
Well, like, you are murdering people, so I've got to like step in on that.
Do you know what those people in Michigan were doing? Or not, Chicago were doing?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like those guys, like evil. Yeah, they put a tube in a guy and started poisoning him. They like, yeah, they get what they deserve. But like, you have to step in and like say no, because like if you don't say no, it just keeps like getting easier and easier to keep sliding that scale back like further and further.
Who decides where it's far enough? Who decides how far is far enough and how far is too far? I've spent a lot of years displaying a lot of restraint, and it hasn't really gotten my people anywhere. We're still having to go and pull people out of labs, even though technically the law says it's not allowed anymore. Shoot, that kid team, the Primes or whatever, they had to go pull their dad out of lab. He was a national hero. he saved the world, and they still slapped him a lap. And they thought nobody was looking.
Yeah, that's just like because there are evil people in charge. Like,
Are you telling
But,
me we
like-
shouldn't be fighting evil then?
you're with a guy who says all of humanity that isn't mutants is cows to be farmed for mutants. Like, come on.
I think you're exaggerating what he said a little bit. Though he definitely took a hard line stance.
He literally said we are animals beneath him.
Yeah, he could have phrased that better. I'll give you that one.
Like, he literally said one of us is better than the other. Like, this is like he just wants to flip the stations. He doesn't want to eliminate the issue. He just wants to be the one on top doing the experimenting.
Okay, now he doesn't have any plans for experimenting on normal people. Well, he wouldn't say normal people, but on baseline people.
I like bet, and this is getting long in the tooth if it's too much.
Yeah, we should probably move on. Let somebody else have a turn
Yeah.
while y'all continue to speak. All right,
Who's
next
next?
up is Wraith. Who is engaged with the Flare. I think that was his name. We just... I know I wrote all their names down. You know, I give them simple names because I thought, there's no way I'll forget them. Pretty sure it was the Flare.
Sometimes the simple names are how you lose them.
Yep. So she's trying to get in arm's reach of him, and he's using his fire to keep her back. Nope, that's her picture out of your character sheet. There we go. All right, so she got an 8. All right, so she gets her hands on him. She's moving at super speed. And she sort of zips, ducks around a gout of flame he throws at her. Puts her hand on him. Oh, I forgot there was another roll for that. So she gets a 9 with her power. He rolls his wheel. So that is a major. With energy drain. So that takes 6 away from him. Let me see if a major or mass it does anything. Okay. Alright, so you see the flare stagger as a wave of exhaustion sweeps over him. But he is still up. Then it is the commander's turn. And the commander is going to throw the truck back at Lumpy. So she takes a throw. Lumpy rolls his coordination. So that is a major. Lumpy takes her strength and damage. Mine is his armor, or his damage resistance. And then they have to roll versus a knockback. Alright, so Lumpy falls back. He hit by the truck, it knocks him prone, and the truck's on top of him now. Then it is the stone.
But the guy that threw the truck?
No, that is the material mimic that's on the Detroit Defenders.
Okay.
If I can find it. Alright. She's currently in stone form. She's right back a swing on the electric mutant. Over there close to Grim and Skaterboy. And the electric mutant gets out of the way. Then we have the Thought, who is inside doing whatever.
Thinking.
Indeed. And then we have Grim Noir, who is going to try to grab the stone with a shadowy tendril. So that's an 11 versus her prowess. Alright, so he picks her up. And strength rolls. Alright, so a tendril lashes around her and starts trying to drag her into the shadows, but she digs her heels in and stops herself. Fire guy is going to shoot at Wraith. Alright, hits Wraith. Wraith has a force shield. So she only takes a little bit of damage. And I believe green is the speedster. Either that or I got him and Thought mixed up, one or the other. Look at just some other tokens, but the speedster's inside, so. Then we've got Siphon. kind of a long stretch of just NPCs going. Should probably have abstracted some of this. Alright. He runs up and fires a blast of flame at the commander. She is in the air, though not very high. Alright, she slips out of the way. Influencer, you're up.
Did we ever learn the name of the big guy with the scales that threw the truck?
Oh, I've just been calling him Lumpy.
Calling him what?
Lumpy.
Lumpy. Okay. I am gonna shoot my shot and see if I can step into Lumpy.
Okay. Lumpy will roll his massive willpower. You got a 15. He got an 8. Which is actually quite respectable for him. So you beat him by 7. You have him for the remainder of the chapter.
Excellent.
As I mentioned earlier, he is currently laying on his back with a diesel on top of him.
With what? The truck on top
Yeah.
of him?
Yeah, she threw the truck back at him. By the same token, you saw that he had no problem picking that up earlier. So.
Yeah, he has no problem picking it up. And if I take somebody else over, I'm not going to know how to use their powers. I'm not going to really know what their powers are. So he's the easy target.
Yeah, super strength, easy to use. And then we are back to the top. With Catalyst inside. So y'all don't know what's going on with him, so we will skip him and go back to Whippet.
Kind of curious about what's going on in there. You should probably get eyes in there. But first, I'm gonna just try to whip strike Siphon, and then I'm gonna run into the building.
Okay. All right. Siphon's coordination is this is not range, so well.
And I have it set on the taser non-lethal mode.
Okay. Good of you to point that out as you just rolled your highest possible attack roll.
Yeah.
All right, so Siphon's prowess is a 6. And he rolled his lowest possible roll, so you beat him by 7.
Okay. That's the first one. Start with 6 damage.
All right. Now, is the taser whip, is it still doing physical damage? And then there's an extra taser effect to it? Or is it hitting like a stun attack?
It's just the... it's more... the taser thing is basically... it's flavor text. It's basically a bashing attack.
Oh, okay. It's just a non-lethal... Gotcha. I got you.
Yeah. So that'll be 6 bashing damage.
All right, 6 minus some damage resistance he's got. but it definitely hurts him. And you notice that when he looks up at you, he smiles big and there's like electricity sparking between his teeth.
Would I be able to check for knockback and stun, perhaps?
Oh, yes, you would. So that's based off your damage
That's
and
just
his
the whip
strength.
strength,
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me let me just add a row for whip. Let's see. First we're tucking for slam, and that's gonna. I'll add the damage. Oops. Okay. With slam possibility, probably not.
nope, minimum roll. So beat him by 2. So you knocked him down. So you knocked him prone.
Okay, and then let's see. Do I get a whip stun? I'll just roll whip strength for that because
All
it's
right.
the same.
Need to beat an 8. Or actually, this is you making the attack and him rolling the defense. So I think ties go to him.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, especially if rolling with strength.
Yeah, failure or marginal success is the same. So since y'all tied, it does not stun. But you have
In
knocked
the
him
meantime,
prone.
is everyone cool if I? Nice. In the meantime, is everyone cool if I run up and try to get eyes on the inside fight?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Glad I speak for the team.
I didn't realize I was muted. I was having a cool Damn it.
Like, do what you think your character would do. I'm not gonna hate on you.
I'm just picturing
Yeah, just-
Marigold sitting there
Okay,
screaming, "No, don't split the party! Don't split the party!" But she's muted.
Boogie will hold out one of his little foam eggs for you to grab if you want it.
A foam egg? Sure. Oh yeah, yeah, great, thanks. Never know.
All right. Okay, so you grab one of those eggs as you run past Boogeyman into the building. Boogeyman's your turn.
Is Wraith still up?
Wraith is still up. Siphon is clearly
I'm-
still conscious, but is prone at the moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Siphon a quick tap to the face with a baseball bat.
Okay.
And
Ooh, and Siphon rolls his absolute best to tie you at 12. Which still means you connect, but it's half damage, so how much damage is that?
that would be 3 damage.
Okay. So you run up, pop him in the face. It's kind of a glancing blow. He don't look happy about it, but he also don't really look all that hurt. And you could just tell there was more resistance to his face than a face should have to a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm. It's a sensation Boogeyman has become very, very aware of over the years.
He has popped super tough people with that baseball bat a few times. Skater Boy, you're up.
All right. Well, with it stated that this man has just decided to join up with sometimes reasonable murder and then a bunch of unreasonable murder as well planned. Gotta do something about it. Is the lightning shooting guy still up and running around in the darkness?
The lightning. Oh yes, the mutant, the unnamed mutant that you saw. We're gonna call him Sparky for the moment. Yes, Sparky is still there, shooting at the stone, or getting ready to shoot at the stone.
I will go ahead and just chuck a baseball at him.
All right.
It's a 12 to hit.
He tried to dodge with a 9. So that is a major success. How much damage do you do?
4.
All right. This fellow does not appear to have any defense against baseballs. And you get to roll for a knockback.
On an 8.
He got a 7. So you knocked him prone.
Which for stone will make it easier for her to hit him, so that's fine.
Alright, then it is Wraith's go. So it is half effect on... So she manages to touch the flare again, but only half effect. So her energy drain is only a 3. So the flare needs to roll a 7. On wheel. Okay, that time he manages to resist the exhaustion effect. Let's see. The commander zips forward, grabs that diesel cab again, raises it up over her head, so she pulls it up off of Lumpy, aka you, Influencer. And she clearly looks like she's ready to bring it back down on top of you again.
It's like, hold on.
She kind of pauses. Influencer?
Yeah.
Ah. And she just sort of tosses the diesel slightly to one side. She will reach down and like pull you to your feet though.
Oh, cool.
So that's her turn, but you'll start off, not having to waste your time
feet.
getting up. Yeah. All right. Then the stone runs up and takes a swing. Give her a bonus because her target is prone. Well, I say swing. She runs up and stomps on him, basically. And then he will try to get out of the way. Oh, and with a tie, he almost manages to roll out of the way. Her foot just sort of glances off of him. But that is still another 4 points of damage to him.
Can you prove yourself?
So yeah, he starts rolling out of the way. She just manages to catch him kind of on the side of the head just slightly. Knocking him out. So Sparky is out. You know, I think I skipped the third one last turn. Oh well, we'll get him this time. Let's see. Yellow is the thought. He's inside. Grim Noir. All right. The shadow tendrils that were trying to wrestle with the stone fade away. And 2 more tendrils lash out at you, Skater Boy. They are trying to grapple you, so if you've got wrestling, you can use that to resist.
Great, because I do.
I thought you might.
It's a 10.
And also a 10. Which on a wrestling means I think nothing happened. I will double check to be sure. Yeah. So yeah, they're trying to grab you.
And I assume we still have, since we haven't broken it, we still have the mental connection.
Does your telepathy burn out?
No, it is tiring. So when I use it, it hurts me a little bit.
Okay. So you took some damage when you triggered it. Would that require? Since it's just communication, I'm going to say it doesn't require. It's not damaging you every round.
Yeah, because I'm not.
Yeah. Now, if he tried
It's
to
kinda
break
hard.
the contact and you tried to keep the contact, that'd be like kind of like another use. But he's not specifically talking to you, but he hasn't done anything to try to break contact either.
And I'll just, like I get the frustration, but like I don't like the fact I'm having to fight you about this, but I'm gonna have to fight you about it.
Well, if it's any comfort, young man, I ain't real happy about it myself. And you can hear some, just registrate, resignation in his voice about it. All right. The flare tries to burn Wraith and misses. Speedster is inside. Siphon stands up. Whippet has run into the buildings. He used his movement standing up. Oh, yeah, but somebody hit him in the face with a baseball bat, didn't they?
Yep.
Didn't they? All right, so you are getting a blast of electricity sent in your direction.
Rude.
Oh, yeah, he uses coordination to hit with not the power. Okay. That's probably good for you. Oh, but he's got a specialty with blasting, so. All right, you need to dodge with a 10, or need to dodge a 10.
With my athletics specialty, that's doable-ish.
Okay, yeah, your athletics would factor in. All right, that is 5 points of damage.
All right.
You don't forget you've got the knee pads and whatever armor you've usually got. So I don't figure that gets through.
How much does the knee pads take off again?
A total of 5 for the first hit.
Okay, so. Yep, now that gets through.
Yeah, it doesn't even get to your actual armored costume at all. But the spray on knee pads drop a point for everybody.
Can you go ahead and just put a note in that?
Oh, sounds good. Influencer, you're up.
Okay. Who is the closest guy or member of this terrorist group?
All right, to where you're at. Let's see, you're across the road. Probably Siphon. Because he's basically right. You know, he'd come up close to where y'all arrived at, so you just have to cross the street and punch him.
Okay.
You know, and as you're looking around, you see him, you know, stand up and shoot some electricity at Boogeyman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go give him a wallop.
All right, so as you run up on him, he doesn't even look startled to see you coming. In fact, he starts telling you, Lawrence, take that guy's baseball bat and stick it up his. And that's about the time you take your swing. Then about the time he realizes, oh, wait, something ain't right here.
I'll be like, sure thing.
So go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Assuming we're rolling on my prowess.
Yeah. It'd be kind of your training in that, I guess. Though I could argue that if you have to roll coordination, you might have to roll his coordination. Oh, well, doesn't matter right now. All right, so that's an 8. Siphon will try to get out of the way. And does. So at the last moment, he realizes somebody ain't acting right.
Damn.
He kind of does a dodge roll out of the way. And then you see him do a quick scan of the battlefield. He's like, oh, crap. That mind stealer is gone. And then he locks eyes with you, Influencer. That ain't my friend in there, is it?
Do you have any friends?
Jesus.
I have people that would die for me. Can you say that, company man? Or do you just have co-workers? And then he poses kind of dramatically. An arc of electricity starts to run across his fist and then just sort of fades out. And you see his face kind of droop. Oh. It's like he tries to generate a little bit of flame. It's kind of... Alright, and then it is the Nameless Mutant's turn. You're in control of Lumpy, so he doesn't get to go. Sparks is knocked out. Oh, and the third guy that I keep skipping. He's been like ducking behind vehicles. Y'all saw him when y'all came up, and then he's been trying to avoid the worst of it. But now he quickly stands up from behind a car. The longest... it's like he's clearing his throat, but it takes a lot of time. And then Curtis, he spits this big wad of stuff at you.
Ew.
We're going to call him Loogie. I'm not saying that's a code name he picked. It's just what we're going to call him. So it is his coordination to hit you. And I think you're going to have to use the coordination of the body you're in. Prowess is kind of your fighting skill.
Right.
But coordination, I'm looking at is more just got the natural dexterity of the body. Just a moment to look him up.
Oops. Sorry. Well, I guess you could add his coordination to that roll.
All right, his coordination is a 3, so you rolled a 4. So that's a 7. All right, so that's a tie.
7.
So you almost managed to get out of the way of this stuff. I don't believe that is... Let's see, was it binding? Binding, all right. So failure, marginal is a partial hold. So you're in a partial hold, which means you can't move from the spot. But since it's only a marginal, it's not giving you any penalties to do other stuff. And when you try to break loose, the binding is only at half strength.
Okay.
But you'll have to break loose before you can move anywhere.
Right. But this guy's strong, so that may not be a problem.
Yeah, at half strength, it probably won't be. Barring just freakishly bad dice rolls.
Which could happen.
Oh, yeah. Whip it. You have run into the
Yes.
You have run into the building.
As I was running in, was I able to see any signs of where in the building any conflict might be taking place, like broken windows, anything like that?
The front doors have been smashed in, so the windows on the front, they are smashed. There's spilled glass. Now, the thought had reported back to the commander, and she had told y'all that thought was pretty sure he was. The thought was pretty sure he was on the 10th floor, and that Catalyst was a little bit ahead of him, a little bit further. I think maybe a floor or two above him. He wasn't properly in his mind. He just sort of had a lock on him.
All right. If I see any security there, I'll ask him what's going on just to get any more possible information. Otherwise, I'll be pushing up the stairwell.
There are some people. Security guys are running around. It's like they're trying to usher all the workers from the first floor out of the building. But heading them towards the entrance on the other side of the building from the fight, obviously. So yeah, there is a security guy there.
I'll ask him if he knows where the
our last report,
where the conflict is.
He's like the last report I've heard. Catalyst was on the 12th floor. Apparently, he was going after one of the vice presidents or something. I don't know. There's our guy manning the camera says there's a fight going on up there now.
As I'm running up, I'll relay that info to everyone. have to target maybe one of the vice presidents.
As you start to run towards the stairwell, the security guy, behind you shouts, "There's an express elevator."
Oh, okay. Thanks for the tip, and I'll go ahead and use that.
Okay. He runs over there and uses his key card to. Apparently, it wasn't necessarily just for regular public use, but he uses his little security pass. And when you step in, the controls are just like a regular elevator,
Yeah.
Though you do notice.
I'll assume it just.
You do notice there's a fair number of sub-basements to this building.
That might be the next stop.
But yeah, so he lets you in. You hit 12 and. And sure enough, that elevator is moving with some speed.
It's squishy.
Pardon?
Pretty squishy that. Your thigh.
All right, so that is whip it.
You still love Dustup?
What was that?
Oh, I was talking to Izzy. She got squished by Dustup.
I couldn't tell if you were turned away from your mic or if something was, if there was just the mic was glitching out, or not picking up good. Okay, Boogeyman's turn.
Baseball bats the nuts
Ow!
to Siphon.
He's feeling all ganged up on.
He. I don't really want to play with him.
All right, so that is a 10. Siphons. Siphon is actually pretty decent in hand-to-hand.
Okay.
So you got a 10, he got a 10. So you make contact, but it's not a good solid. You go for what you go for, but you catch him more on the thigh.
Yeah.
Let's see. We said half damage was 4 points.
3 points.
3 points. Okay. So yeah, that does not get through his resistance. So Boogeyman, Skater Boy.
With the dark tendrils and all, am I able to see? Because Lightning Guy has been knocked out, correct?
Yes, Sparky is knocked out. You hurt him and put him on the ground, and then the stone ran up and knocked him the rest of the way out.
And I still can't see Grim Noir anywhere.
You can make another. What's the word I'm looking for? Awareness. You can make another awareness check.
I'll try to see if I can see him. That's a 5.
I'm going to give him a slight penalty because you're closer and you've been talking to him. And not that telepathy would necessarily let you locate him, but maybe it'd give you a vague notion. But you still don't see him now.
Yep.
You got a 5, you got a 6.
Then I will try to make a quick rank 2 gadget.
Okay. Just a rank 2?
Yeah.
Difficulty is an 8, though, because I rolled a 6.
And let me make sure that this is... Yeah. All right. just trying to make a dazzling. Didn't get it.
Nope.
I can't find the portable disco.
Yep, you're still. Where is that disco ball grenade? Yeah, you're still searching your pockets.
Ah, well.
Your hand probably brushes the handle of the
Yeah, I keep meaning to have a talk with
headsman's
that
scythe.
thing.
All right, next up is Wraith, who is here once again to ask the flare for his vital energies. That's another half effect. Let's see, her drain is a 6, so... she rolled a 6, though, so that's a 9 total that he's got to beat with his will. Let's see his will again. No, it wasn't anything super impressive. It was a 3 or a 4. Oh, nope, I was wrong. It's 5. Once again, he doesn't go down. Alright, the commander goes after the adhesive spitting guy. Just because nobody's interacting with him yet. So she flies over, takes a swing. She got an 11. He got an 8. So it's her strength versus his strength. It's a massive success on her part. So she doesn't get the potential for a stun, but she does a bunch of damage to him, and he goes flying. You know, hits the ground, skips across the ground a time or two before he starts struggling to his feet. The stone is looking around to try to figure out where Grim is. Her awareness is a 5. So, Skater Boy, you see her turn away from the kind of bits of shadow that are reaching up, with the tendrils reaching out of, and she heads for the shade of another alleyway. It's not super far away, but it's, he's clearly he was standing in one shadow and using the shadow 10 feet away to do the reaching out. Let's see, that's her. Mentalist is inside. The flare goes again. Oh, and this time he hits the wraith. She does have a force shield, so she takes a little bit of damage. Then it's the speedster inside. You guys outside. Everybody give me awareness.
Sure.
Because y'all got a lot going on, so y'all might not notice this. But 6 is the number to beat, so.
That's an 8.
Influencer got a 7. Skater Boy got a 4. Oh yeah, Whippet's inside. So, Skater Boy, you don't pick up on this right away. The rest of you hear the glass shatter. And there's like a very muffled boom. And it's like about the 12th floor of the building on the side y'all are fighting on. All the glass in that one story like just shatters and starts raining down. You don't see any fire or anything like that. There's no big fireball explosion going off or anything. You just hear this muffled little boom, and yeah, all the glass on that side breaks. It starts raining down. Then it is Siphon's go. He turns and yells, "Brent, I need a charge!" And then he sees that that Sparky is on his back. Uh-oh. His head snaps back around. And Boogeyman, he is going to try to grapple you.
He can attempt so.
He can. Ooh, I should really improve his qualities. Those two are a little too similar. But alright, he got a 9.
And I'm going to tap Tough SOB to resist.
Alright.
Can this be my prowess throw?
Yes, this is prowess. Or do you have a choice on wrestling? Let me look.
I think you only have a choice on breaking out of.
Let's see. Roll a test of prowess against the difficulty of the greater of the target's prowess or coordination. So Boogeyman can use his prowess or his coordination.
It would be my prowess.
Okay. And then escaping is a prowess or strength test against the attacker's strength. Right. Okay, he got a 9, you got a 10, so he knows what he's doing. Yeah, he this guy clearly knows what he's doing. But he is not able to get you.
Dove, come here, girl.
All right, Influencer.
Okay, I am going to break free. Or attempt to break free.
All right, and this is half. All right, so give me a strength roll. He'll only get to roll half of his binding power. But he rolled as high as he could with that binding power.
So I got a 5 plus whatever his strength is.
I forgot about the plus. I was sitting there going, holy crap, did it actually hold up? But yeah, no. I believe his strength is an 8. So yeah. You just sort of reach down and, where the stuff kind of caked around your foot and anchored you to the ground, you just sort of grab a handful of... It's a very viscous goo. Feels quite disgusting. You're very glad it's not actually your hand touching the stuff. But you're able to rip it, kind of rip it off the foot and kind of... That whole kind of... and quick shake of your hand to kind of flick it off. And it flies over and hits the door of a car and just sticks there.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't peel the paint off when they scrape it off. But all right, so that's your action, but you are now free. Let's see. Catalyst. Inside the elevator shaft, Whippet, you heard that little boom come up from above. You don't specifically hear the glass shattering, but
I can guess. I can imagine.
but then the express elevator hits the 12th floor. Ding! Door slide open.
What do I see before me?
You see the interior walls stop at about your waist. You know, the hallway that you're stepping, the hallway that you're stepping into has been, several of the interior walls have been removed, or mostly removed.
Like removed, not blasted away, but just like
just gone.
Sized.
There's not even any debris. It's not like the walls half the walls got knocked down. It's just this very clear. The wall just stops here, and then you can see like a cross section of the inside of it. As you step out, you can tell that damage is almost spherical in nature.
Okay. I'll relay that. It looks like there's some disintegration, like what we witnessed at Chicago, in a spherical shape. Don't see.
Oh, you see people. You see people.
Oh,
I'd only gotten partway through the description. In the center of what be that spherical area of everything's gone, Catalyst is floating there. There's a lot of wind, and you see a blur that you're pretty sure is the Rush, like circling him. You hear the thought basically going, I can't get a hold of him. I can't hold him.
Let me see.
And the Rush is basically going, I should have had all the air pulled out from around him by now, but there just keeps being more. And then it's your go.
High above is the Catalyst right now. From me. He was probably only floating 2 or 3 feet off the floor.
But now there's about a 30-foot sphere around him that everything's just erased. You know, basically coming right up to that wall, you know, in the hallway where you stepped out the door.
And the 2 defenders were talking about trying to get a hold of him.
The thought is just staring at him. As far as you can tell, he's just kind of sitting there staring at him. But you can see Thought's body is tense. It's like he's just standing there, but he's tense like he's doing something. Catalyst has got kind of a... You don't hear any noise coming from him, but he looks almost like he's growling. Like his teeth are gritted, mouth's open, teeth gritted. Like he's straining himself a little bit. And then, like I said, you just see a constant moving blur of the speedster.
Okay. And Rush was saying something earlier, right? Just a few seconds ago.
Oh yes, he apparently it sounded like he was trying to pull the air away from Catalyst. Yeah, saying he should have already had it all pulled out, but there just keeps seeming to be more.
I see. I'm gonna get a sense of like how tough he is. I'm just gonna try to whip strike him, just to see. First of all, if I can I even do that with the Russian circling around the way?
You're very acrobatic. You could probably jump up on that half wall, waist high wall, and spring, over the height of a person.
I got you. Sure. Yeah, let's just do that just to get a sense of what this guy's all about, toughness wise. And I'm still non-lethal.
All right. All right, and Catalyst. So you whip out with a 13. Let's see. He's got coordination plus aerial combat. All right, so he got a 10 versus your 13. So you get a good lick on him. The whip hits something a few inches from him, though.
Okay, so he's got a force field.
Interesting.
Well, and I'm relaying all this. We've got Russian Thought confronting Catalyst. Catalyst seems to have a force field. Russia's trying to create a vacuum to incapacitate Catalyst, but it doesn't seem to be working. And I'm guessing there's some kind of mental struggle going on between Thought and Catalyst.
However,
Do I see a vice president lying around?
You do not. You do not see any civilians laying around presently. Your attack, however, did get a little bit of a Catalyst's attention. As you see him cut his eye, turn his head slightly to get a good look at you. And he just frowns. Of course you'd be defending these people. He just looks disappointed.
Well, we livestock tend to do that.
When did the man ever call you livestock?
I think
When he called us animals.
Bears are animals, they are not livestock.
They could be.
Hold on. Let me go.
I just think y'all are taking y'all's position
It's gonna take
as
me
the
forever
lower
to
form
figure
of life a little personally. That's all.
I know you posted what he said somewhere, but
Yeah, it's further up in the chat, the sovereignty decree.
yeah, there it is.
But anyway, we would cut back to the outside now. Boogeyman.
And Siphon is still up, correct?
Yes, Siphon is still up.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back, and we're going into hand to hand with him whenever he's standing up, and hit him with the phone.
Okay. So he was trying to grapple you. You've avoided the grapple. You step back and you flick one of your foam eggs at him.
Yep.
All right. That is coordination versus coordination, I believe.
And athletics does not give me a bonus to throwing, correct?
Athletics should.
I don't remember if it actually does, though, with that being an attack. On the other hand, there's not another skill I can think of that would do it. Let me look it up, see if it says anything specific in the specialties. And that is, our specialties after powers, yes.
I can see the argument that because I'm using this as an attack, I should be like a martial art, but maybe brawling like that.
I don't think martial art does range.
And it's not one of the ones
Who were you
athletics
attacking?
specifically.
Siphon, throwing one of the phone balls at him.
Well, I certainly wasn't effective against Siphon.
Yeah, let's just go with straight coordination.
Okay. And I will do another tapping of Tough SOB.
All right. Siphon got a 10 on his coordination to dodge.
Ah. That is disgusting.
It just means you're evenly matched.
I like that, actually.
He in with all his mutant powers, and you, just a man, one man. And, whatever junk I got in my pockets to put together. Alright, so that is a marginal. So that puts him in it's like when the influencer got spit on, that puts him in a partial hold, but not one where he's got any penalties to doing anything. He just can't move from his location until he breaks free. And when he tries to break free, it's half effect for the binding. Skater Boy.
Well, is there anyone? I don't want to grapple Siphon, so I guess I'm just going to keep running with Stone and trying to find Grim Noir.
Okay. So you take off for the shadow she was taking off for.
Yep, and I will, as much as I hate to do it here, trip good luck in trying to find him.
Okay. Alright, so that's an 11. I'm going to give him a penalty because she's basically pointed out, where he's at. And he's standing in a bit of shadow, but it's not complete darkness because, it's up during the day.
Scary.
You see him.
He's going to get grappled now.
Alright, so you run up and grab an old man.
I'm going to wrestle him. An 11.
Right. And I just read it. Oh, yes, I just read it. He can use his coordination to avoid. So he got a 10. So you've got him in a partial hold, the regular partial hold where he can't move, and he's got penalties and anything other than just trying to break loose. As far as actions he takes.
All right. That's all I got.
Then it is Wraith's turn. She surveys the field. This time she's going to... She drops back from the flare and uses her stunning attack on... Actually, she runs over to close to where Grim Noir is, and not right up in that area, but over closer to there, and uses her stunning attack on Skater Boy. So this is coordination versus coordination, because she has to physically. She rolls a 1, so she got a 7.
Wait. Is she? Can you say what she's doing again?
She has a power that is a stunning attack. It's something she can do at range.
Okay, at range. Okay.
Yeah, her drain is a touch, but she got a stunning thing. That is, it feels like getting hit with the same thing, but at the range version, she doesn't charge herself up.
But it is not going to be a redirectable projectile.
No.
Okay.
All right, so with an 11, yeah, she doesn't hit you.
Yeah, but I don't get to return it back at her.
Yeah. The commander's going to fly up and then try to finish taking the adhesive guy out. And he is out like a light. So Loogie is out.
Yay!
The stone is going to try to. Skater boy, the stone glances over at you. Can you handle him?
Yeah, it'll just be like 2 old men laying on the ground.
She doesn't respond to that last bit. She just turns and takes off after Wraith.
Just
You said yeah. That's the part she needed to know.
Yeah.
She registered that and turned and left.
well, sorry, I'm just remembering a very specific thing you and one of our uncles used to do.
Oh yeah, when we were
saying
playing
that.
the Thanksgiving football.
Thanksgiving football, you two just leaned up on each other.
Yeah,
They're
Dad or whoever
pretend
was
we're
quarterbacking.
fighting.
We're gonna give it to one of the little ones. Okay, and we just when they hutted, we just lean in each other and start swinging our arms like we were pushing against each other. It was our way of taking a break while the little ones ran around.
You're supposed to suck on them, love. They're jelly bean. You're not supposed to.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, I lost track of what I was rolling here. So she was rolling. Yeah, she was rolling her attack, which was the 6.
Hmm?
And then Grim rolls his defense. Okay. I couldn't remember if I had rolled for who yet. All right. Or not Grim, Wraith. Wraith was who she was going after. Ooh, but it's Wraith's prowess, not her coordination. So she takes a good hard lick. But she's got a force shield. So she just takes a little bit of damage. But this is about the 3rd time she's taken that little bit of damage, so it's starting to show. All right, inside the building. Whippet, you can see the thought kind of takes a step forward. Almost like the physical movement would help him push his powers or something. Let's see, catalysts. But he does not seem to be having any more effect on catalysts than, when you first got here. Skitterboy, Grim Noir is going to try to escape your hold. And with escaping, he gets to roll his prowess or strength against your strength. So what is your strength? Well, give me a roll with your strength, I guess.
Does my wrestling get to still count into it?
I would say so.
Alrighty.
All right. Does he use his? He can use his prowess or his strength, whichever is higher. So he'll go with his prowess. Only missed by 1, but that's enough that you managed to keep the hold. The Rush is still running around in a circle, but he is effectively holding his action. Because he don't really know what else to do with this at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry. That's I'm sorry. The rush would go next. That's the flare that goes right now. And the flare ain't done with the wraith, even if she was done with him. So he's gonna take a shot at her. And wait a second. Did I roll? Okay, I hit the wrong button for her. Hers should be one higher. So he rolled a 7, she rolled an 8. Then it's the rush, who's holding his action. Then it's Siphon. And you had gotten Siphon with the egg, correct?
Yes, sir. Partial hold.
Partial hold, that's right, that's right. Alright, so he's going to take the moment to try to break loose. So give me half the strength of the foam plus a d6 versus his strength or prowess. They're the same, so it don't really matter. And he is
That's
loose.
a 7. Yep.
He is loose, and for his movement, he turns and runs towards the flare. Influencer.
I am going to see if I can take out Siphon before he gets to the flare.
Okay. So you run up behind
Actually,
him.
I'm going to.
Or are you going to throw something at him?
Well, I was thinking about using determination, but I don't think I've got my qualities aren't good for for combat.
Alright, and that is versus Siphon's prowess.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. I use my prowess. Never mind. I'm a goober. Sorry.
Alright,
I
so
missed again.
so you rolled a 6. No, that 12 is what he'd rolled previously to get loose from the
Oh, okay.
So you rolled a 6 plus 3 plus 2. So I'm assuming the plus 3 is your prowess and the plus 2 is a specialty or something?
Oh, I do have martial arts, yeah.
Okay. 2 levels of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, then if Siphon has got a 6 coordination, or 6 prowess rather. So he got a 9, you got an 11, so you hit. This guy does Lumpy strength is an 8. Mine is his damage resistance. So that's alright, so he knocks a decent chunk of that off, but still it gets through. He's definitely starting to look like he's been in a fight.
But I did not stop.
No, he is still moving though.
At least he felt it.
You also noticed as you ran up and took your swing, he never turned his head, but he seemed to know where you were at to be dodging anyway. All right, Catalyst goes. And he has had about enough of this mentalist. He's had just about enough of him.
I want to take new one.
Yeah, let's see. So he gets a 10. What is the mentalist coordination? So Whippet, you see Catalyst raise his hand towards the thought. And you start seeing some of the thought's costumes start like, I guess disintegrating is the best way to describe it. When the Rush uses his held action to move in and what's the term I'm looking for here?
Interpose?
Yes, interpose.
Right there.
Let me find the speeds to stats.
Okay.
So the Rush rushes in between the two of them. And suddenly, about half of his costume's gone. Whippet, you're seeing muscle. It's fairly gruesome. One of his arms disappears.
Yeah.
But he's still moving at speed. He slams in the thought. They both fall back. And then you see a portion of the building. It's almost like Catalyst was creating a cone that was just transmuting stuff. So you have this little circular area that just into the floor because he was at a slight angle, and out the side of the building.
So you mean a conical shaped pattern of disintegration?
Yeah, well, more of a cylinder. Excuse me, more of a cylinder than a cone. I misspoke.
Okay. Now is Rush still alive? I mean, is he screaming?
You don't know. You don't hear anything. He's gone limp on the ground for sure. And the thought's like scrambling to check on him.
Right.
And then it's your turn.
Okay. So I think Whippet's just going to she's gonna take the goop bomb again. It was
the binding egg. Yeah. I had forgotten you had that.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it right at Catalyst's face, and I know he can undo that stuff in a second, but hopefully in that second I'll be able to convince the thought that we all three of us need to get out now.
All right, give me this would be throwing, so it'd be coordination.
All right. No whip ability, so just a straight up coordination roll. Oh, that's a fine time for a 1.
It is a fine time for the dice to fail you utterly. All right, and Catalyst has a coordination. Oh, okay.
I mean, the good news is I have a backup character.
Ooh.
All right.
We don't want Whippet to be atomized.
Yeah, you'll notice. Basically, the session after her mom said, "Don't mess with this guy," Whippet runs in to take him on basically alone.
Well, not alone.
I feel bad because stayed out
And mostly I
here.
just wanted to see what was going on in here.
Man. Okay, so Whippet gets atomized. The team doesn't know what happened to her. How does the Rook react? How does she treat the rest of the team?
I don't think that would be
Our correct. Yeah, it's obviously a one-woman rampage of vengeance. That we bring in Frank Miller to rate her character.
Yes. Oh, look, the
Hopefully
influencer
not-
fell out of the
hopefully not
building.
drown her.
So sad.
Oh boy. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes.
I can just see it now. Frank Miller. I break influencer's face. Then I break it again.
All right, so the egg arcs towards him. He sees it out of the corner of his eye. He just turns the head, and the egg just stops in front of him. Boogeyman, it's your turn.
Can I burn a determination point to create a retcon on that egg?
What is it you're wanting to do exactly?
I want to have set this up with a proximity detonator. Once it hits a certain velocity, once it nears something, it automatically bursts. In essence, gets near him, he's it, but that's still enough for it to explode.
Almost the Loki catching Hawkeye's arrow in the first Avengers.
Yes, basically that.
All right, what are you tapping?
That's a lot of brains, a little budget.
Okay. So, yep. As long as you've got the determination point to do it, that is fine with me.
That is all my determination point.
Cool. You haven't even been in the presence of Catalyst, and you're out of points.
Yep.
This is the sound of me rubbing my hands together if my mic picks it up. All right. In that case, Whippet, roll me. What rank was that egg?
I was rank 6.
All right, Whippet, give me a d6 plus 6 roll, please.
Okay.
And it's coordination for him again. We use binding so much, I should have to memorize. All right, make coordination test against the target. Okay, that's right. There wasn't a secondary roll, so it's just exploding. You got it. All right, so a 9 for the egg exploding. Catalyst gets a 10. The egg goes off.
Wow.
The goop expands out, but Catalyst is just holding it there, still at a distance. So he's just holding this expanding bit of foam in the air. A noble attempt, though.
Probably should have boosted that roll on my own end.
Skater Boy, you're up.
Holding Graham. I just think about it telepathically. Can you get a store your boss is?
Why would I do that?
So I can try to stop him.
Why would I do that?
Fine. I'll attempt to wrestle him into the position to start hurting him with it.
Okay, you're trying to get him to a full hold. All right, so that's another wrestling attack then. Noir. He can
It's a
use his
9.
coordination. Oh, he flubbed his roll. It's a 7. So, marginal success. would be another partial hold. Since he's already in a partial hold, you now have him in a complete hold. He can now do nothing but try to escape. And as rounds go on, you can just start applying damage to him automatically.
Yep.
All right, Wraiths go. She reaches out to touch the stone. So it is her prowess. And she got a 7 versus the stone's prowess. Alright, so that is a tie. So half effect for her powers. Versus the stone's wheel. Stone resists. The commander was flying over towards Wraith, Grimoire, Skater Boy, that side of the battle. She suddenly jerks to the stop, looks up towards the top of the building, or probably towards the 12th floor. And even though she's talking to her helmet, she's talking loud enough that some of y'all can hear her. Thought, extract. Get rushed to the medical facilities now. And then she starts up towards the 12th floor. The stone also glances up at where the commander was pointing, but then snaps her focus back on the opponent in front of her. And takes another swing at Wraith. Ooh, marginal. Then it's her strength versus Wraith's strength. That's going to be ugly. Oh, wait, no, hang on. No, she did not trigger a stun. My bad. Or a knockback, rather. Wraith is looking a little wobbly. Like she ain't got much gas left in the tank. Then it is the Mentalist. Or Thought. So with his action, Thought telekinetically grabs Rush, and they fly out that whole catalyst left in the side of the building.
Which leaves Whippet and Catalyst alone. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is it possible for me to latch on to a Thought with my whip? And basically,
it's not your turn.
Hitchhike. Is there a way to jump turns with a determination point? Is that a thing? But if not, that's fine.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember that being something you can do with determination. Now, technically, and I mean only in the very most technical way, you might be able to interpose between Rush and the Thought. So Thought grabs you and leaves
No.
Rush behind.
No.
Well, I take that back. It says you can do that for an attack. I wouldn't think him grabbing Rush to get out of there would count as an attack. But...
Yeah.
All right, Grim Noir's turn. All he can do is try to escape, so all he's going to try to do is escape. Scatterboy, give yourself a determination point. As
Alrighty.
Grim is going to tap one of his qualities. I serve and protect my own kind now. Basically, he's going to start using his shadow powers to try to escape. Just because that's far better than his prowess or his strength. So he got an 11. Give me a strength roll to see if you can hold him. As like the shadows from the inside of his coat start pushing out against you and trying to force their way open.
Oh, that's a moderate.
All right, and a moderate on an escape. Escapes a partial hold or changes a complete hold to a partial hold. So he is back to being in a partial hold.
All right.
Flame guy is going to shoot at Wraith. Wraith will dodge. She successfully dodges. Speedster is, or the Rush is effectively out of the fight. Siphon gets up to the flare. And you can see where the flare, he's wreathed in flame right now. Because he's been doing stuff with his fire powers. But as Siphon runs up and basically gets next to him, you see some of that flame. It's like it's being pulled or sucked into Siphon. And then he turns around. Let's see, Lumpy was chasing him. So he turns around, his hands flare up. He locks eyes with you, Influencer. If you're in there, Lawrence, sorry about this. And unleash flame in your direction. So give me a coordination roll. You need to beat an 11.
Probably not going to happen.
4. So 11 versus 4.
Not good.
So it beat you by 7. So you take 5 points of damage. I believe Lawrence has 3 points of armor or damage reduction, so you're really only taking 1. But that is a massive success. So roll versus stun, because, fire hurts. This is rolling with Lumpy's strength, which is an 8. Need to be a 9, so a little danger of that. You're definitely not stunned. So you need to roll. No, you need to give me the strength roll.
Yeah, I'm going to roll 6, and then we'll just add the 8 to it.
Okay, that's fine. But even if you rolled a 1, it's still just a marginal. So
I got a 3.
So total of an 11, and then give me that roll again for the possible kill result. Because fire is lethal. Yeah, you need to beat an 8, so. So actually, I guess you didn't need to give me those rolls. Because mathematically, you can't really fail. That one you can't even tie, so.
God,
All right, so the fire, envelops you, and it hurts. And then, Influencer, it is your turn.
Mm, 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 mm. I really want to take this guy out. Has Whippet been letting us know what's going on up there? Do we know she's alone with?
I've been giving a running play by play as I've been moving through the building and encountering things.
I'm just gonna look at Siphon, and I'm just gonna say, we'll finish this later, and I'm gonna run into the building.
Okay. Fire probably still trailing off of you.
Yeah. I mean, Influencer's not particularly brave, but he is fond of Whippet.
Of course, she's your most marketable member. You got to keep her safe. All right. Then it is Catalyst's turn. He seems to be examining the foam for just a second. He's like, interesting material, but I think I could make it better. And then he basically tries to turn the air around Whippet into that foam.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, into his improved version of that foam. So give me a coordination check, Whippet. You need to beat a 15 because he rolled max.
Trying to think if I could apply any of my qualities to this situation. No, not a strange team. Too angry for my own good. No. Whip it good. Not really. Coordination, huh? Okay.
Yep.
I just wrote another one.
Yep.
Oh.
So he beat you by 9. So a major or massive success. You are in a complete hold. You are fully restrained and cannot take any physical actions except the escape action.
Okay, so he didn't envelop my face. I can still breathe.
Well, I think the foam is designed where it won't suffocate people.
Oh, it's porous. Okay, I gotcha. All right. Complete hold.
Though in this case, he has left your head out, almost like he wants to talk to you.
Okay. Gets to survive and tell the tale. Maybe.
But when he does that, he floats down next to you. You may be one of the best that your species has to offer. Come, let me show you something. And you feel the foam kind of. You hear kind of the snap, the like if you ever peeled something, adhesive off of something, you can kind of feel and hear the sound of the foam being peeled up off the floor, and that lump of foam that you're in is now floating up next to him. And then we'll cut back outside. Oh no, we won't cut back outside because it's Whippet's turn now.
All right.
So you can talk to him. You can try to make an escape attempt.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I'll try to break free. At least I can show him that if I could at least break free or even a partial reduce this to a partial hold, even that'll be like, I don't know, some small victory, some small bit of resistance. So is this a straight up strength check?
This is escape. So you may use your prowess or strength.
Okay, I think prowess is going to be better. A little bit, yeah. All right.
Let me double check and make absolutely sure binding works like the regular escape thing, but I think it does. Yeah, you just use the regular escape action. So yeah, prowess or strength, whichever one you'd rather use.
And this time, okay, definitely prowess. I'm going to go ahead and spend a determination point to activate.
Pardon me.
Too angry for her own good and see if I can just like rage break my way out of this thing.
Okay. 12 is the number to beat.
1d6 plus 4 plus 2. All right, come on, sixes. Hey, there it is.
All right, so you tied it. Now on an escape roll, normally I don't think a tie does anything, but let me double check. Failure or marginal success, no effect. You are still held. Since that was the absolute best you could roll, though, I'm going to go ahead and say you reduce it to a partial hold, so you wiggle part the way out. You know, maybe you got one hand free.
Thank you for giving me that.
He just sort of smirks. I admire the determination. Then we go back outside to Boogeyman.
Like I really want to be done with this guy, but I don't want to leave him out here. No. Try and hit him with some foam again.
All right. That is your coordination versus his.
Oh, deduct 2 points from that, from what I rolled, so that'd be an 8.
All right, he rolled a 9. He gets out of the way of the egg.
This is not our best fight.
Nope.
And then he just looks at you, Boogeyman. Was that an Easter egg?
Well, I used to use, like, you know, the little plastic eggs that pantyhose comes in, but these are this time of year, okay?
Just shakes his head, like. Skater Boy.
Like, I'm just like, sorry, and I'll just punch him in the face.
Oof.
It's a 12.
Ooh. Alright, his Power Blast specialty isn't going to help. His Investigate specialty isn't going to help. It's just his prowess. He got an 8. So, massive success. How much damage did you do with a punch?
4.
Okay, he does have a force shield. Okay. That's right, his darkness does protect him. Okay, so he takes a point. Oh, wait, you said you did... Wait. You said you did 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he doesn't take any damage. It's actually his force shield being 1 higher than your damage. All right, Wraith. Gonna go after the stone again. And misses. You can tell from her body language, Skater Boy glancing over his shoulder. You can tell she's getting frustrated. Whip it.
Yes.
There is a rush of air, and suddenly the commander is in the room with you and Catalyst, screaming at Catalyst to face her.
Okay.
Her voice does not sound as calm and controlled as you usually hear it. She sounds pretty pissed. But basically, she did a double move to get there, so that's her action. Let's see. The stone takes a swing at Wraith. Wraith gets out of the way. The thought is gone. The flare realizes Siphon standing right next to him, turns around and blasts him. Siphon's coordination. And Siphon takes a couple points of damage from that. It seems to absorb most of the blast. And then Siphon tries to blast, let's see. Influencer run away from him, tries to blast Boogeyman. With 5.
Right.
An 11 to dodge. Ooh, and you do it with a 12.
Nice.
So, hands come up, twin gouts of flame, and you just sort of roll up under them. Influencer, you run into the lobby of the building.
Yes.
You see half a dozen security guys. And the scream quickly goes up. It's one of the attackers! And all their guns come out.
I'm not one of the attackers.
Don't listen to him! I saw him throw a truck at the defenders. Security guard pistols start going off, but they can't penetrate your armor. So.
Yeah, it's like I don't have time for this. I'm going to run on past them.
Okay. You see where the elevators are and the stairwell, the door to the stairwell. Do you take the elevator or take the stairs?
I think how many flights up?
You're on the ground floor. Where the window shattered was the 12th floor.
I think it's going to be faster with the elevator if I can get it to work.
Oh.
So I'll try that.
All right. Well, the regular elevators are open just fine. You just press the button and wait. The express elevator, Whippet had to have a key card for. One of the security guys let her in. So you see the public-facing elevators. And then I guess the express elevator might have a label on it, but you also see where it's got a badge scan thing on it.
I'll go as high up as I can with the elevator, and then.
Okay. Well, the regular elevator
Upstairs
goes up to the
the
12th
way.
floor. It goes up. It goes all the way up.
Okay.
So you sit in there, you hit there, it starts going. Just this calm little, just little elevator music playing, very calm. It's like you have this little closet of calm in amongst all this chaos. Then it's Catalyst's turn. All right. All right, so the commander rolled a 6, Catalyst rolled a 16. She is suddenly just enveloped in this big box of, big square slab of metal that thunks, drops to the ground. Thunk. And then he kind of looks over at you, Whippet. So we won't be disturbed.
Oh my.
Okay, what do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, it's nothing that I'm going to say. It's what I'm going to show you. And y'all are floating back over towards the elevators at this point.
Okay.
Whippet, it's your turn if you wish to continue trying to escape the foam. Or you've got one arm loose. You could try whipping again, but that didn't seem to do much good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, see if there's trying to think if there's anything clever. I'd say. Given the kind of person she is, I think she's just going to go for feudal angry defiance and say that whatever he has to show her, will never trying to think here. Never, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I think just whatever you were planning on, whatever your end game is, it's not going to work. I don't know. Just at this point, this weapon's just going to just fumbling for anything at this point.
She's sputtering mad.
Any kind of show of defiance. Yeah, actually, that's probably a good way of putting it. She probably is still struggling as she's doing that.
She's the old man from the Christmas Story when the lamp broke. Not a finger.
She's not coping to the helplessness very well.
Boogeyman.
You know what? I am going to pop up, beam saber in hand, and take a swing at Siphon's kneecap.
Okay.
Alright, so that would be a +2.
Alright, he got an 8 on his prowess roll to dodge. Oh, and he came close, but he didn't quite make it. Now, what exactly does your beam saber do?
It does heat and slashing damage.
Okay. All right, and how much damage does it do?
It does 6 points of damage.
All right, I'm going to say his absorption will take. Because of the heat portion, I'd say his absorption would kick in. So that is 5 points off.
Oof.
He's also got damage resistance, but I don't think those should just stack up normal. And the damage resistance is only 4, so we'll just go with the absorption. Knock off 5. So he takes a point.
Fair enough.
Now he is looking raggedy. He's taken several hits, and while that damage resistance has kept any of them from taking him out, it's still, all those little hits are still adding up.
Mm-hmm.
Skater boy.
Me and this guy are going to be in the fight the whole time, and I desperately need to go help. Are Catalyst and Whippet in view?
No,
Okay.
they're not at, like, they're right at the edge of the busted out windows or anything.
And Stone is still in a fight?
Yes. Her and Wraith are still swapping blows. Mostly misses. Mostly they're just getting out of each other's way, but they're catching each other around him.
I'll chuck a baseball at Wraith to try to knock her off balance.
All right. So you're doing damage, or are you putting a quality on her?
The quality of off balance.
Okay. That will still be her coordination.
Got an 11.
Got a 10.
All right.
That's one use of it. Off balance. Wraith sort of scowls at you. You should have joined us.
I just shrug while holding Grimoire.
All right. Well, that's 2 ones in a row. But that means a marginal, so she does manage to touch Stone again. Have her energy drain versus Will. Hey, she finally manages to drain Stone. But only at half effect, so it's 3 points from Stone. But it does heal her 3 points, so there's at least that. Whip it. As y'all are floating away, you hear that you've got that metal box behind you that's starting to move around, and you're seeing fist-sized dents poking out of the side of it.
I'll be ready to. I was about to say spring into action, but not doing much springing right now.
Wonder what he's going to show her.
All right. Stone takes a swing. They tie, half effect. At half effect, Wraith's force shield take it. All right. Grimm's trying to break out again. Give me a strength roll, Skater Boy. Got a Grim got a 10.
11.
He doesn't get out of that partial hold. You still got him in. The flare goes after Siphon again. And it's half effect, which isn't going to get through his absorption. Boogeyman, give yourself a determination point.
Wee.
As Siphon is triggering a quality, basically power stunting. So instead of firing the fiery blast, he's just going to wrap his hands in fire and try to box you with flaming hands. Because he realizes he's having trouble connecting with you, shooting at you, so he's going to go for a punch. So we need to dodge or parry with a 9.
That's an 11.
So he comes in swinging. Dude clearly knows how to throw a punch, but he's just not quite as fast as you. Seems to be a lot of stalemating today. All right. Influencer.
I'm on my way up to the 12th floor.
So you're riding the elevator. It comes to a stop. There's a ding. The door opens. You see this heavily damaged area. And floating towards you is Catalyst with Whippet wrapped him in a bunch of foam, but she's got like one hand loose and is like still trying to like pry herself out. And she's like pissed, but she's yelling a lot, but it's not super coherent.
Do I get to take an action this turn?
You can if you want to. As the door opens, Catalyst looks over at you. Lawrence, how are things going outside?
I'm going to try to jump ship.
Okay.
And step into Catalyst.
Okay. So you have to roll the rank of your power versus his willpower. Let's see, did I give him the specially mental something another resistance? No, I did not. Okay. It's a tie.
Ooh.
All right. So with your let's see, was mind control with possessive, or was it possession? It's separate.
I don't know.
Yeah, you had mind control with the merge extra. Your body disappears and merges.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so a marginal success has no effect, but you can try again without a determined effort. So my question is, Are you still in Lawrence's body?
Oh, I would assume that to jump ship, I would have to leave Lawrence's body.
So if this was a comic book like the old Titans, it's like we would see the influencer ghostly form diving out of Lawrence, but then when he's not able to enter Catalyst, just sort of appearing in the floor in front of Catalyst.
Yeah. Oopsie.
So now Catalyst's looking at you. Ah, the influencer. I've heard of you. And I think that's a really good spot to wrap for the day, truthfully. We don't have but a few minutes anyway. So we will wrap right there. And maybe I'll title the next episode, Whoopsie.
Or,
But
sometimes the good guys get atomized.
look, some of those memorable storylines are where, heroes died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I hope y'all had fun. I was enjoying that. I probably need to find a way to shorten the fights between the NPCs.
You could if you're matching them up one-on-one, you could always do the coin flip 50-50 where one is advantage for one side and one is the advantage for the other.
That's not a bad idea. But anyway, I hope folks at home enjoyed it. Hope you join us next time so we can find out just what's about to happen to the influencer. Again, I was your GM for the day, Jason, and with me has been Taylor as Skater Boy.
See ya.
Mike as Whippet. You're muted, Mike.
Oh, goodbye for perhaps the last time.
Curtis as the influencer.
Later.
And Marigold as the boogeyman.
Thank y'all for joining us.
And we will see
I
y'all
hope my
next
character
time.
dies well.